15th spot goes to your Denver Broncos, Dave. Another 7-9 team. We're getting a whole slew of them here. Having Joe Flacco as your franchise quarterback was obviously a massive problem.
It wasn't our franchise quarterback. He was the that'll do right now.
That'll do for how many weeks?
As I was here, he did all right. He
won 2 games.
Yeah,
week 5 at the Chargers, 20-13. Week 6 versus the Titans, 16-0.
And we lost 4 games by a final kick.
Yeah.
I mean, so I think this season, finishing 7-9, I think we've done okay. We finished second in the AFC West.
You've gone through 3 quarterbacks this year.
We've gone through 1 quarterback being injured, then moving on to the backup, waiting for our future heir to the throne to become fit. So yes. But it's not a case of we've gone through 3 because they've all been useless.
I'm saying that as a positive for you, that you finished with a 7-9 record.
No, you said you've gone through 3 quarterbacks.
I meant it in a nice way.
You've gone through 3 quarterbacks.
Yeah, I know.
And you should be bloody ashamed of yourself as well.
What are you talking about? The Week 9 game versus the Browns was a 24-19 win. That was Kyle Allen's first win in first of 3 starts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he won his first game of 3 starts.
Yep.
And then Week 13, Drew Lock's first start, 23-20 versus the Chargers. It was the first of 4 wins in 5 games for Drew Lock.
Mm-hmm.
Week 14, it was at the Texans, 38-24. Week 16 versus the Lions, 27-17. And Week 17 versus the Raiders, 16-15, because Gruden went for it on a 2-point conversion. It didn't work. Shelby Harris knocked it down.
It could well be the last thing Shelby Harris does in a Broncos jersey. His contract's up this season.
I mean, he was drafted by the Raiders. So that was a nice little move there.
Yeah, and he enjoyed it as well. His top was riding up. His belly was bouncing every. He didn't care. He was in. He loved it. No, I think this season generally has been a success, which I think is more of an indictment on where we've been rather than where we're going. It looks as though we found our perennial quarterback now.
Well, I was going to say, Dave, are you finally starting to show some faith in the boy?
No, I've always said the same thing. I am cautiously optimistic that he's the right guy.
You've been bitten too many times before, haven't you?
Yes, 100%, absolutely. The problem is, I don't want to get too carried away because every time there looks to be something wrong, he immediately fixes it by doing slight alterations. So first game, he dropped back and his feet were crossing over. It didn't look right. He came to the side, spoke to Rich Scangarello on the headset, came back out, and all it was don't lead with your left foot, lead with your right, and therefore you're not crossing. Sorted immediately, and he hasn't done it again since. Everything that has been wrong, he has immediately fixed, and it's very easy to go, he's got a future in the sport, he's our future franchise quarterback. It's just going to be nice as a Broncos fan not going into a draft thinking about who we're going to draft at quarterback, because we're probably not going to draft anything at quarterback.
Well, you've done all right in the previous drafts on offense, at least. You know, Cortland Sutton, Royce Freeman, Noah Fant, Dalton Reisner. Is it a chance to look at the cornerback situation? You've got Chris Harris, who's a free agent.
Going to be leaving, almost certainly. He's on $12 million this year and he wants more. Which, considering that he's now 31, it's not really too much of a shock that he's going to be wanting that final payday, and he's still a very, very good cornerback as well. I have no doubt that we will be addressing a defensive back, but we do and have had Bryce Callahan on IR all season, so he'll be coming back. So that's basically a new signing for us. Anyone who doesn't know, he was part of that Vic Fangio defense in Chicago. That was one of their elite cornerbacks.
Don't Chicago wish they had him now?
Absolutely. The big thing is going to be Justin Simmons. He has been a revelation this season. This has been his breakout year, really. We can exercise a 5th option and keep him, but we're going to have to pay him. Same goes for Will Parks, who's playing its free safety. He's had Kareem Jackson to look after him this season. Again, been a big thing. We just need to move away from Isaac Yadam. As much as I like him, his interviews are always very entertaining, but he's just not the guy you want to rest your hat on. We've had a lot of injuries this year. Our O-line is still a concern. Not necessarily in the fact that we're not protecting the quarterback, we're just giving up too many holding penalties. Yeah. I mean, it constantly, the amount of times you'll have a great play down the field and all of a sudden you pull back. Not only are you not getting the gain you had, you're losing 10 yards. Losing Andy Yanovich was a big deal. Andrew Beck came in and played very well at fullback though. So this year is going to be a very difficult. It's going to be a very difficult change next year because we've got a lot of players whose contracts are up. Derek Wolfe, his contract's up. Ron Leary, Adam Gotsis. All of these guys are offensive and defensive lines who are imperative to what we do. But also, we spent most of the season without Bradley Chubb. So we're a 7-9 team who are immediately getting 2 signings next season, Chubb and Callahan, who are going to make us better straight away.
And you've got Vic Fangio there as your head coach.
Yeah, absolutely.
It looks like he was the brains in Chicago last year. So
he has orchestrated the number 1 red zone defense.
Yeah.
And without, I don't want to sound like a cocky fan or anything, I look forward to watching Denver defending the red zone. Because it's every single time we make plays. I mean,
just you wait till you get to our red zone.
At one point, though, the Browns had 6 trips to the red zone.
Yeah,
and scored 3 field goals. Because on more than one occasion, not only did they not score a touchdown, we pushed them out of the red zone just from pressure.
Yeah,
we had an interception. I mean, we also made them punt the ball, blocked the punt, and recovered the fumble as well. It's what we've done all season.
Yeah.
And you just need to progress that to playing out in the open rather than just in the red zone. But with number 1 ranked red zone team for a reason, and it's down to Vic Fangio being there.
So do you draft someone on the defense or an offensive lineman again?
I have absolutely no doubt the first draft will be a defensive player.
Okay.
Because Vic Fangio is going to go in and go, I want this defensive piece.
Well, yeah.
Because that is what won you Super Bowls previously. I am a defensive coach, and that's the reason you've hired me. I want a defensive piece, and they will get it. I'm 100% certain it will be a defensive piece.
At 15 as well, you're going to get a fairly decent one.
Wouldn't shock me if we move down again.
Ooh.
Really wouldn't, because there's already enough teams who don't have a first round pick.
Yeah.
Wouldn't shock me if somebody gives up sort of a player, a second and a third, or something like that. So if someone can come to us and go, we've got a cornerback, we know you want a cornerback, we'll give you him, already knows the league, we'll give you our second, maybe a fourth as well, we'll have that.
Mm-hmm.
So that wouldn't shock me too much. I think we're a candidate for moving down. Of course, we did it in the draft with Steelers.
You did
last season, which made you
Devin Bush.
He's worked all right, hasn't he?
He's done fine, yeah.
He's done all right.
He's mighty fan.
But no, overall, we finished second in the division. If I'd have said to you at the beginning of the season, we're going to finish 7-9 and finish second behind the Chiefs, you'd be like, snap that up on a plate, boy, because it's better than we anticipated. And Cortland Sutton, player of the season. Cortland Sutton, Dalton Reisner, and Kareem Jackson are my 3 candidates, and I'll give it to Cortland Sutton.